Hello world, Shelly here, and today, as requested in the comments, I thought this was a great idea. I am going to put together the most expensive face that I can based on what I already have. Let's not get crazy here. So it's not going to be the most expensive face of all times because I don't have a lot of super expensive stuff, but I have some kind of expensive stuff. So we're going to do up a face with the most expensive stuff I have. How much did it come to? Cha-ching! I haven't done the math yet, but I'll put it on the screen, and then you'll know. We're going to start out with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I love this stuff. I was buying a lot of Tatcha for a while, and I just had to stop because it's very expensive. But it's well loved. Guitar pick, whoever told me this many, many years ago at this point, one of you on YouTube here told me to use guitar picks because I always lose the little things that you're supposed to keep that are supposed to be used for this, and I keep a little bin of guitar picks on my vanity, and it's brilliant, and I love it. Now, I actually have not used this primer in a minute, so, and now, at least for me, with the Silk Canvas primer, more is more. I know some people have better luck with it, like, applying it sparingly, but for me, it really is a more is more situation, and this primer also, for me, works very well under my eyes, too. So I do take it under my eyes, and it smooths everything out. Get it in those nostrils, because it also helps to kind of tamp down any flakes I got going on, which is lovely, so I always get it good right in between my eyebrows. Now, I will say, I have compared this one side by side with the e.l.f. Putty Primer, and aside from the fact that the ingredient deck on the Tatcha is much nicer, they perform very similarly. I have a side-by-side. I will try to remember to link it down below. I'll probably forget. Just search e.l.f. Tatcha. You'll find it. So I do recommend the e.l.f. Putty Primer too. But love me some Tatcha. Alright. For foundation, we are just going to go in with one of my brand new favorites. I now have two perfect foundations in my life. The NARS Light Reflecting Foundation has been the only one that has ever scored 100%, and it's held that title for a long time. There's another one. It's not better. The finish is different. Thank goodness I don't have to choose between the two, because they're different enough that I would choose them based on what finish and coverage I'm looking for, and not which one I like better, because I love them both. This is the Guerlain, the Terracotta. Oh, I just reviewed this one a few weeks ago. Ah, it's so good. So excited. So excited to put it on my face. Literally excited to put it on my face. Like, it's good. I've worn it quite a bit. Where's my brush? Let's grab the old BK Beauty 106. This one's a little smaller than the other one, but my other one's pretty dirty at the moment. One pump. One pump. Now, I feel like it is highly likely that I will end up buying an additional shade of this. This one I was kind of going for my summer shade because of the timing of when it came out and when I'm reviewing it. And I was hoping that I would enjoy it and I could wear it this summer. Yes, it is likely to be the main foundation that I bring with me to Ireland. Last summer, I was traveling for 8 weeks straight, and the NARS was the only foundation I brought with me. And this summer, I think it'll be this Guerlain. It is heavily fragranced, as tends to be the case with all the expensive makeup. All the prestige brands have their, like, signature scent. I wish they did not. But look how freaking pretty this is. And I gotta say, this is my fourth face of makeup today. I am pre-filming lots of videos for my trip. So the fact that This is not clinging to any flakes. It is not, it's so smooth. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. And it's even prettier applied with a brush. Like, I think that's a key to getting the best out of it. Look at my face. It's so good. But concealer time. All right, this was a fairly difficult decision. And in my panic, I lost the other option. I don't know where I put it. Here it is. It was a tough choice between the Fiera Luxury Concealer, made for people over 40, great coverage, super hydrating, lasts all day, love it, and my other concealer favorite from By Terry, the By Terry Terribly Denseless Concealer. I'm going to use the By Terry today. So, you know, concealer is one of those things that I haven't used a whole lot in the past couple of years. I kind of got out of the habit of using concealer. This is my Angie Hot and Flashy brush, A506. And I was just using my foundation as concealer, but when you find concealers that are really good, it can be worth the extra step. And I love the By Terry. The coverage is less than the Fiera, but it's super hydrating and it just looks beautiful under the eyes. And, you know, that's all I really want most days. Unless I'm doing a full coverage kind of a thing. Oh, I am not looking forward to dealing with the mess I made with that microphone issue. Alright, next. We need some bronzer and some blush. So, for bronzer, I got a little contour coming too. I dug out my Wayne Goss palette. This one is lovely. The bronzer shade is a little bit lighter, but the contour shade is perfection for fair skin. This brush is my, I don't even know, LaRouche, I think, 331 flat angle brush. And I don't often take the time to do a separate contour, but since we're doing an expensive face today, I will take the time. And I just flick it up. I usually just cheat and do the whole bronze tour kind of a thing. Oh, but I forgot how good this shade is. This shade is perfection. It is just a perfect contour shade for fair skin. It's not too warm, because it's supposed to look like a shadow, and shadows are dark. You know, they're like grayish black. But you also don't want to look like a corpse. So it's a fine line. And Wayne walks it very well. Alright, I need a brush for my bronzer. This is the one I've been using like crazy. BK Beauty 103. Bronzer time. Why did I smile? This is bronzer, not blush. I mean, look at this. It's just so pretty. It's good. Wayne, you're a genius. Why did I just think of the Kool-Aid Man where he breaks through the brick wall? It's gonna be me when we're done with this super expensive face. I'm just gonna be like, rah! Alright, blush. I figured I had to get a little Charlotte Tilbury in here. I did it. I got the nipple blush. You guys are responsible for that name. I would have never... Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And now I feel like I have to give that gift to all of you for all of eternity. For whoever put that thought into my head. I can't decide what brush I want to use. What do I want? Alright, we're just going to go more BK. Angie Hot and Flashy, 507, nipple blush. That's not what it's called. It is the Cheek to Chic, and of course the shade Pillow Talk, because that is like the universal must-wear shade from good old Charlotte Tilbury. Now the center is like a highlight in this blush, so you can avoid it if you want to. Like if you try hard enough, you can just get the the blush part without the highlight, but I kind of like it. So even though it's a gold tint, which I don't often wear, it's pretty. There is the blush. Now, before I put the highlight on, I'm actually going to do double highlight. I know, extra. This is the Merit Day Glow Stick, and it's almost like just like a clear glaze, sort of like a glass skin kind of thing. It does have a little bit of color to it. You can probably see it, the pinky contrast to this shimmering gold in the blush, but I'm putting it down because I kind of like doing it as sort of a base. I like it on its own for a no makeup day, but as a base now, this is my beloved and ancient and broken Natasha Denona Super Glow. This is my favorite highlighter of life, and I've had it forever, and where I hit pan is where it broke, and I haven't replaced it because there's still so much product left. I'm surely way beyond any kind of expiration date here, so do not do what I do, because this is probably like the worst thing you could do in terms of hygiene for your makeup, is use it for years. But, you know, I'm doing it. If it doesn't smell weird and it doesn't look weird and it still works, then I'm likely to keep using it. That's just me. Don't do as I say, not as I do. You do not. Don't risk being all gross like me. Alright, but oh, look at how I feel like the glowing god. I feel like the Tin Man. I feel like it's beauteous. Oh, I was gonna use this powder, but I didn't. I forgot. I wonder if I still could. No, it's gonna be too late. Jones Road came out with a powder that is blowing my mind. What do they call it? It is called tinted face powder. This one's not tinted, but it's invisible and it blurs everything, and you can't even tell you have powder on. And it's the perfect complement. I'm gonna do a whole video on this stuff, but perfect complement to the What the foundation. Like, if you found that to be too dewy, oh, it's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's too late. I already put my other stuff on. Such is life. All right, let's move to eyes. MAC Paint Pot. There's no such thing as anything better than this. I don't care how much it costs or what it is. This is the primer of life. You will not convince me otherwise. For eyeshadow palettes, I figured I had to dig out one of my Pat McGrath motherships, which was a little bit of a moment when I realized how many motherships I have, and they're like $125 a piece. I was like, that's like $1,000 of eyeshadow. Almost kind of made me throw up in my mouth a little bit when I saw them all together, and I wasn't really, like, I don't think about it that much. I didn't get them all at one time, but, whew. I don't even know which one this is. Mothership. She doesn't label them all on the back, and so I don't even remember which one this is. Oh, here we go. Oh, where's in tiny, 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 tiny prints. This one is Mothership 6. I'll link it down below. But here's what we're working with. Super pretty. Alright. No idea what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do transition, reddish in the crease, outer 7, and then that purple shimmer, and probably this one too. I think that's where we're going. Which, if you know me, that's a pretty predictable route. If there's a purple eyeshadow in the pan, I'm probably going to use it. Alright, Wayne Goss number 3 is my brush. And let's start with transition. I am obsessed with this highlight blinging off my face right now, because I can see it in my mirror and I am loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. The Wayne Goss number 3, I'm sad that you can't get his brushes right now, because I have 2 of them because I want to never not have it. It's so great for whether you have hooded lids, or it would also be great for deep eye sockets, like, because that little tip anchors really nicely right under your socket bone there, and then the rest of the brush does all the blending work for you. It's just so good. It's so good. And no other brush that I've tried is as perfect at this particular like transition ever. Like, it's so good. It's like, it's perfection. Sigma E25. All right, we're going into that deeper reddish sort of shade. We're gonna do that in the crease. The interesting thing about this shade is that it does not look as red on the eye as it does in the pan, which I think is actually good because I wanted it to be less red, and it's perfect. Really, I should just trust Pat McGrath. She is one of my favorite makeup artists. I love Pat McGrath. I love Bobbi Brown. I love Lisa Etheridge. I love... Who else do I love? Names are escaping me. That's all I got right now. That's all I have right now. This eye, oh, is going to be the death of me. That spot right there that never holds makeup. Ever. We'll survive. Alright, where is my Smith brush? Love this brush. 253. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna go into... We're gonna do that purple shimmer first. We'll start with that in the outer corner. I am gonna deepen it up. Pats, glitters, and shimmers are like otherworldly. I am gonna deepen this up, so I'm gonna take this at least halfway. We're gonna go 2/3. 2/3 of the way. Goodness gracious. I can't even. Alright, I'm going into the silver right next to it. And that's what I'm going to use in the inner third here. That, like, contrast of the warm to the cool is giving me life right this moment. My Wayne Goss number 20. I'm going to go into the dark matte in the outer corner. And we are just going to give ourselves a little outer 7. Just a little bit. Thank you to Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff for calling it the outer 7 instead of the outer V, because that changed my whole understanding of the purpose for my kind of eye shape, which is droopy on the outer corners. You want to lift and make it taller than the 7, or than the V, because the V, if drawn like a V, and then your eyes droop, now it's going downward. But a 7, even if your eyes droop, droops to a V, and then you're perfect. So either way, you're perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm so pleased right now. Very pleased right now. I'm not gonna say you have to use expensive makeup, but some expensive makeup is really nice. Some inexpensive makeup's really nice too. But oh, there is not much that is more satisfying than having a bit of expensive makeup that also lives up to your expectations, you know? Like, I feel like that's kind of rare. It's rarer than it should be. Rare is probably not the right word, but it's not as common as it should be. Alright, I'm going to take this warmer toned light shimmer with my random crown brush. I'm going to use this on the inner corner. And I'm going to use it for brow bone highlight as well. I'm loving it. Alright, for tight line, Pat McGrath pencil. Of all of these things, this is probably the thing I like the least. I don't like this pencil very much. It goes on super soft, I'll give it that, but it transfers like crazy. So it's really not good for the waterline. I can't speak to it outside the waterline because I don't wear my eyeliner there very often. But I also need to sharpen this thing. So I'm just trying not to stab myself in the eye right now. A Kevin Aucoin eyelash curler. We're going to use some Dior Overcurl mascara. I only have a sample of this. I did put the price of the full-size one in my estimate. But that's only because I'm seriously considering buying the full-size one because I really like this mascara. There's one dip. But really I picked this one because I always, for months now, have been wearing the Lawless mascara because I love it. And so I just wanted to wear something different for once. Oh, that one and done though. Lawless one and done. I'm telling you, if you like full bushy lashes, it's perfect. It's so good. Can't lie though, I really do enjoy this one. I do like to go in for 2 coats though. As usual, Estee Lauder Double Wear Zero Smudge is my lower lash mascara. This is the Arches and Halos micro pencil in Espresso. Finally a brown that is not too warm toned for me. And you can watch me be terrible at doing my brows. Because I am terrible at doing my brows. All I want is a pointed arch in my whole life. It's all I've wanted. I'm lying. I didn't start wanting that until like 5 years ago. But I didn't really think about my brows a lot as a younger person. But the problem is this one has a good natural spot for the arch and this one doesn't. And so I never get it right on this side. It's really annoying. It's about there, I think. Because this side doesn't need as much because I have a bare spot here that kind of guides me. This side doesn't have a bare spot. This side, I think having all my brow hair actually distracts me on this side. I don't know. Whatever. I just want an arch. Like, I just want a pointed arch. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask, you guys? It's kind of there. Alright. Then I use from Lawless, this is the Soft Set Creamy Brow Wax. I use medium to dark. And I love it because it grabs all the baby hairs in my brows and makes them stand out. So I just look like I have fuller brows. I know, I have pretty full brows anyway. Thank goodness I made it out of the 90s without plucking them. So I know, I'm pretty lucky that way. Alright, Anastasia Brow Freeze. Gotta be honest with you. The e.l.f. What is it called? The Brow Lift? Something? Total Brow Lift? I don't know. I melted my e.l.f. I left it in the car when I was traveling and it melted. But I still had this here, and so I'm going to finish this before I replace anything. But when I do replace it, it is going to be with the e.l.f. because they perform identically on me, and as much as I love some expensive makeup, I also don't love to spend more than I have to. You know, if something's worth it, it's worth it. Like, I don't mind spending money on things I enjoy. But at the same time, if I save a little money on something like the e.l.f. Brow Lift instead of this Anastasia one, then that's more money that I can spend on something else that is more valuable. And when these perform identically, I don't see the point in spending the money. Didn't mean to be so violent when I put that down there. Oh my goodness. All right, lip is last. And I left this to last because I don't know what I want to do. I wanted to see where the eye look ended up. I kind of would like to have a very simple pink, a very simple understated pink lip. So we're going to go Lawless. We're going to go Lawless. I've got, this is from their new Watermelon collection. These are their lip plumping. This is the Balm. And I enjoy Watermelon. And this is the gloss. And as you see, I could use some lip plumping because I have thin lips. I am pleased with this look. This turned out all right. I know my hair's grungy. What do you think? Here's the finished look. This highlight is just taking me back. I didn't contour my nose. I didn't put bronzer on my nose either. My nose looks kind of weird. Hold on. I'm just going to take my bronzer brush and... yeah, that's better. I just feel like sun would naturally hit both places. So it's like if you don't mimic what the sun would do, it just looks weird to me. I'm happy. What do you think? What's your most expensive face? Do you like expensive makeup? I can't lie. I enjoy it. But I don't enjoy spending big money on makeup when it disappoints me. And a lot of expensive foundations disappoint me. Not this one, but a lot of like the Gucci I recently tried. This Guerlain though, primo. Love it. Let me know. What should I try? What needs to be on my list if I'm going to drop some coin? I usually wait for a Sephora sale or a Nordstrom sale or something because this stuff's out of my price ranges. Woo! That's expensive. But I do love it. Let me know in the comments. What should I pick up? Let me know in the comments as well. This idea was generated in the comments. So what kind of videos you want to see? If you got any ideas, drop them down. I keep a running list of things to buy. I keep a running list of video ideas and things that you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.